shot to your dome. You out your misery. What is you kidding me? No gimmicks, no trickery. Just one shot to your dome, and it's on. My spit's gangster. Call my mic Corleone. Genetically generous, alphabetically aesthetic amongst them C's that's trash and way past pathetic. Attacking credit like Citibank. Lord, give me strength. My cord electrifies and absorbs that makes the pretty faint. I spank them cheeks while she gives my face a titty spank. It's just a pity how sedity on the kitchen sink. Listen, blink, hurry up, I switch up on different links. Only get tipsy after 50 drinks. What you can't stink, legends won't expose you. I told you, we global. If not home, then we mobile. From Alabama to your local. Moms and pops by club parking lot. Spark the AZ dark. Chicks flock around my cupola. I get stupid props. Like the news coverage when the trooper shot. Super hot, you dudes is not. Foolish and true this plot. That's why my Lucas stays punk cop. One shot, see your dome. You out your misery. What is you kidding me? No gimmicks, no trickery. Just one shot to your dome, and it's on. My spit's gangster. Call my mic Corleone. One shot to your dome.
Anyway, time advanced, and he became an entrepreneur in his own right in entertainment. And one day I was going to a concert at the Apollo Theater. Djehuti was the performing group. It was myself and Lauren Hill. We were going to see the show. I walked into the Apollo Theater. We walked past the bar because the bar's in the back. And Diddy jumped out. It was dark in the theater. And he said, "Souljah, I've been looking all over for you." And at the time, you know, I was a young wife and a young mother. I was still breastfeeding my son. I said, "You looking for me?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "For what?" And he said, "I made a truckload of money, and I want to give some of it back to the community, and you're the only person I trust with the money." Okay, and all right, as far as the dynamics of the family and getting the love back, I'm going to say to you that there are some things that I think we have to, seeds that we have to plant in our young so that we can get new sprouts. There are some issues that are between some of the older folks that are going to remain between some of the older folks. But what I say to women and to mothers is, in reference to your daughters, raise wisdom, not victims. All right? Raise wisdom, not victims. And so, mothers and fathers of sons, in order to break the cycle of the incarceration of our sons, we have to correct certain things about ourselves. We have to admit, number one, that these sons do need a father, and so do the daughters. Yes. Our sons and our daughters do need fathers, which means now that it does matter who you sleep with. It does matter how you met him. It does matter if he respects you. It does matter whether or not you can communicate. People get uptight about religion or spirituality because they feel like there's pressure for them to do certain things and make certain sacrifices. Well, that's what it's all about. These are spiritual challenges that we must make. And I feel the same way that you feel, and the only difference between myself and many women, not all, the only difference is that I'll make the sacrifice for the sake of my family. I'm married to one man for a long time, but I've met the richest men in our community. I don't trade up. I don't get into bed with other men. I don't betray him. I don't stab him in his back. Even in his flaws, and he and I both have flaws, I'm loyal. So I think the profile of the American woman is moody, somebody who's just silly and wants to shop all the time, you know, somebody who feels she's a strong woman because she has sex with whoever she wants, whenever she wants. These are all backwards and upside down definitions of non-womanhood. Of non-womanhood. So I think that for the women, we are going to have to self-reflect and self-correct in order to raise our sons and daughters to be people who are not victims in the American society. I remember one time Usher was having a concert, and Diddy was performing with Usher. And all of us were on, I think it was the Ricky Lake show, and we were back in the green room. And he said, Sister Souljah, did he give you tickets to the show at the Garden? I said, yeah, he gave me like 40 tickets. And I said, but I'm not coming. He said, you're not coming? What do you mean you're not coming? Everybody's going. I said, no, I'm taking my son to the bookstore. And then he looked at me like, oh, I don't know what, it just blew his mind. He said, you taking your son to the bookstore? I said, there's no place else I'd rather be. I gave all 40 of the tickets away. Even my husband went to the show. But it's going to involve some sacrifice. It's going to involve some sacrifice. It's going to involve some management of your emotions, the things you lust for, you know, because just because you get married doesn't mean you go deaf, dumb, and blind. You're still going to see other men are still going to see other women, but it's what you do about it or what you do with it. You have to discipline yourself and sacrifice yourself so that your children can be raised up in a home where there's trust, where people don't disappear. Where's mommy? Where's daddy? Where there's loyalty, where your son and daughter sees you respecting your husband and sees the husband respecting the wife, so that when he grows up, he can be capable of loving a respecting woman. Right now, we have a situation, and I'll end with this point, and it's a very, word-wise, explosive point. The men are in a crisis because they keep choosing women who fit the definition of whores. And they choose whores because their mothers are whores.
That's Sister Souljah right there.
I would like to thank Sister Souljah for spending the evening with us, especially when we consider that she was in Washington, D.C. last night. So
it'll be up, bro.
Long week.